Hello. Thank you for tuning in on my ride home. I am introducing my subscribers who may not know about this Sea Star to my Sea Star floor burn. Link is in the description. I know you can't see me, but you don't need to see me anyway. I'm driving and it's nighttime, and no sense attracting attention from those who believe a badge and a gun give them jurisdiction to pull us over. So otherwise, I would drive with the lights on. So feel free to ignore the video and put your headphones in. And I'm not going to keep you long. I have avoided talking about the president in any detail, knowing that all of our channels and phones and social medias are being monitored by the alphabet agencies. Anyway, I'm real careful with what I say. What I'm about to get into is not fact, okay? Normally, I deal in facts, hard research that I have turned every stone over and pulled out some crap. I got references and this, that, and the third. This video, this is opinion, my opinion. An opinion are like buttholes, everybody's got one. So I'm competent enough to tell you when I'm looking at fact, and I'm honest enough to tell you when I'm giving you my opinion. This is my opinion. I include the link in the description because Floorburn has a similar opinion, but it varies just a little bit. And I want to give my spin on what I think about current president and his current condition. I, like Floorburn, do not believe that Trump or Melania, his wife, have COVID. I don't believe that. Okay? That's my opinion. But my opinion is based on a little fact. And the fact of the matter is, I know through my own research that the only way to get COVID is to have it injected into you. Okay? Via vaccine, via a shot, via that testing technique where they were sticking something way up your nasal cavity to test to see if you had the Kobe cooties. Remember that? Now they're doing mouth swabs, but you don't let anybody swab your mouth, please. No, this is not a time to be dealing with these doctors. Okay? I'm including Floorburn in the link because she goes into a whole host of information that you should be aware of. October, interesting time. Okay? Trump speaks in codes. He just does. Whether you like it or not, whether you agree with him or not, I'm not a supporter. I don't get into what you would call the elites who are fighting each other into their business. Nothing elite about them. Okay. Having said that, Trump doesn't have COVID. That's my personal opinion. Okay. I've done plenty of factual research demonstrating how test kits were contaminated and people were getting sick just by being tested. I've done plenty of videos showing that people who would normally be dying of heart disease, diabetes, cancer, etc., were being tagged with COVID if they showed any signs of coughing or any other stuff that's on the checklist. I have gave you documentation on how COVID at the rudimentary level is a direct result of a combination of SARS and HIV. Facts. Dr. Lynn Haverwitz, see my AIDS video for that. Okay? That is in my library. As I've told you, my library is full of stuff that either I have done or stuff that I've shared with people who have nothing else better to do with their time than research and give you the information. Having said that, we are not looked at seriously because we don't have a lot of subscribers, and that's cool. That's not my goal. I don't have an ego. I don't have a internet addiction, a dopamine fix on likes or subscribers. Though they say when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Now, I'm not saying I'm a teacher. I'm not saying that. I have no ego during my spiritual warfare. But I have been on the spiritual battlefield, if you're familiar with my story. And I have no interest in monetization. This channel is not monetized. I have no interest in any of that. What I do have interest in is being a reference source to those who are looking for answers or pieces to a puzzle that are missing some of the pieces that you may already have. What you're supposed to do with that, you're supposed to take it in what I say, not believe me, and go and do your own meditation, take the information inside, take it to the astral, take it to however you meditate and disseminate information. Some of you are in tune enough to pick up on the vibration of truth in itself. You don't even have to bother to meditate on whether I tell you something, whether it's true or not. It has what I would call the ring of truth for you. Oh, woo, that rings true. That sounds like bullshit he's trying to say for likes and views. I don't believe Melania Trump has have COVID. I just don't. And the only way they can get it is if it was injected. They got a recent flu shot or some kind of vaccine, whatever. It's reported that these White House staff are being tested every other day. Insane. Negative on Monday, negative on Tuesday, negative on Wednesday, positive on Thursday. Listen, you need to stay away from those tests. Now, somebody important has to have COVID for you guys to be able to buy into it. Example, many years ago, some of you are maybe too young to remember this name. There was a popular boxer. His name was Sugar Ray Leonard. Okay, he was approached with being the poster child for HIV. Had he done it, he'd have had big endorsements and all kinds of cool stuff, and he would have had to have his name dragged through the media for 15, 20 years or so, as, oh man, if it could happen to Sugar Ray Leonard, then it could happen to any of us. Sugar Ray was like, thank you, no thank you. Okay? So they had to come up with a second popular choice that we would all buy into and believe. And that second option was Magic Earvin Johnson. Facts. Dig it up. Look for yourself. Magic bit the bullet. Okay? You go back and you watch that depressing announcement of Magic retiring, but pay attention to the facial expressions of his wife, who was young at the time, who was too giddy and silly to play along with the shenanigans. Okay? And remember, during that interview, Magic Johnson's wife was also pregnant. Not only did Magic's wife not have the Kobe Cooties, well, the 1980s version of the Kobe Cooties, neither did the child, the boy that was born, have the Cody Cooties. But Magic got it, right? Interestingly enough, because you got your poster child. Magic is now the spokesperson for the 1982 version of the Kobe Cooties. He's speaking, oh, get tested, wrap it up, condom commercials, all kinds of propaganda. Now, name 5 NBA players in the last 25 years that have tested positive for the 1983 version of the Kobe Cooties. I'm talking about AIDS. I'll wait. Name 5 NBA players that have contracted HIV or AIDS in the last 25 years. You cannot name one. Okay? You all fell for it. You bought that HIV must be a virus that caused AIDS because they said it a million times on television and used Magic Johnson as a spokesperson. But with all the fucking, excuse me if this grandma's listening, I apologize. With all the fucking that's going on in the hotels in between games, nobody else other than Magic Johnson caught the Kobe cooties. Nobody. All right? And Trump is the new version of Magic Johnson. Okay? The new version. The new poster child for Kobe cooties to try to re-scare you guys into buying in to the pandemic. Any of you buying into this? Or any of you buying into this? I told you. I was in Tennessee this weekend. Tennessee. Gatlinburg. Thousands of people on the streets. Tourism. Like nothing ever existed, no problems. I spoke to business owners who told me that in just the summertime, there have been in excess of 8 million people through Gatlinburg, Tennessee, visiting, touristing, spending money, walking in the streets, shoulder to shoulder, no room on the sidewalk on the weekend. There was no room for me to walk on the sidewalk, just avoiding people. There was no social distancing. Lastly, social distancing is a military term. I repeat, social distancing is a military term, all right? It's a military term utilized when a country is being occupied by a foreign invasion, all right? Who is the foreign invasion? The foreign invasion is quiet. It ain't to get off the ships guns blazing like we do to other countries. It's distract you with the right hand while they take over with the left. Who's buying up all the land in America? Who's buying up all the ports in America? Okay? It rhymes with kinda, right? And the name is China. Okay? Floorburn goes into great detail about it. No sense in me repeating what she already has to say, plus some other things that you need to be exposed to. All right? October. Be careful in October. No fear mongering. Be careful. All right? You got you a couple of $100 bills, save them. All right? Not 20s, not 10s, not 5s, not 1s. If you got $100 bills, save them. If you got canned goods, save them. Fuck running out and buying all the goddamn toilet paper. Get you some greens and some stuff that you can store away. You know, do you some jar food. You know, those you take the food and store them in jars and stuff like that. Have that on deck, okay? Because they are not done with the shenanigans, all right? And this is the part that's fiction, not fiction, but this is the part that's opinion. With Trump coming out and saying that him and his wife have the Kobe cooties, I take that as a warning. Hold on tight to your children and your grandchildren. Keep them in your sights at all time, no matter where you are. Okay? Have you enough food for 6 months? 6 months. You should have been prepping anyway. They've been talking about prepping on the internet forever. Get you enough food for 6 months, at the very least 3 months. Have you some water on standby. Get used to only eating one meal a day. Okay? In case crap hits the fan, you are not conditioned for 3 meals a day and are not starving. All right? And check out Floorburn with the link that is in the description. Thank you for coming. God bless you. Good day. I am home now.